Next up, we have Intervallo 6 EX Boss 3 battle theme from Limbus Company and Arknights. So I guess it's a collaboration thing. Once again, everybody, this is a Basterd's LFA, a layman-friendly analysis. I'm a professionally trained musician and composer, and my objective here is to explain things in a way so that you don't have to be one to understand what is happening here musically. So, if you like the sound of that, make sure you're following the channel, subscribe to the channel, whatever term you want to use. Like the video, share the video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, become a member. Once again, everybody, members get early access, artists I want to collaborate with everybody. I have a whole spiel about a bunch of things, including how to request songs if you're not in the live stream, and what happens if we hit 10,000 subscribers, that kind of thing. I have it on the end of the video, whole spiel there, so stick around for that. Otherwise, we have the disclaimers showing on your screen right now, so go ahead and pause the video if you want to read them in full. Otherwise, let's check this out. Intervallo 6 EX, let's go. Okay, so we start with, it's been a while since we've done Limbus Company, so it's very, very cool. So we have this orchestral thing, and we have a double motif going on. Evan, welcome today, how you doing? And Inverse, have a good one. Have a good night. So we start with a melodic motif, a motif being the smallest version of your musical idea, the essence from which everything else comes from. It's not a double motif, it's just that we are then extrapolating the rhythm from that. So we're having we're doing basically what could be a tutti. So tutti means everyone. Tutti, and I think it's with two T's. Tutti means everyone, when everybody's playing the same thing. And in this case, of course, we are having the melody, and then we are engaging in a little bit of counterpoint. So counterpoint being mainly the study of melodies, how they develop, how they interact with one another, usually in the context of more than one melody playing at the same time. And in this case, tutti is Italian. Yes, most terms in music come from Italian or Latin. We have some that are French, some that are German, but most of them are Italian. You're Italian? My condolences. So, strong influence of Arknights, wouldn't really know how to play, but saying Cora is apparently recognizable feature. There you go. So now we are having a little bit of counterpoint, so you can hear the main motif playing on the top side, and then we're having the trombones playing a bit of counterpoint. So there we go. Once again, we are engaging in an orchestral piece. So let's see. I didn't know there were German ones. And yeah, Shimi, welcome today, by the way. I forgot to say it. Yeah, no, there are some terms that are German depending on the era that you have. Like if you look at many manuscripts from Schubert, most of them will have these things in German because, you know, that's just the language that people spoke. So let's see where this goes. So we're having this, and by the way, yes, we're having trombones and the tuba giving us that downward going bass line while we're having the thing. So by the way, trombones, if you've never seen one, here is what a trombone looks like. The sliding trumpet, one of the most difficult instruments to play. The tuba being the bass, one of the lowest playing instruments. It's this massive, massive instrument, and it gets even bigger, especially you get like a marching band tuba, the one that you wrap around. If you see ever a person who is in a marching band that plays a tuba like this one, fear that person. You do not want to mess with that person because these things are heavy. These things are heavy and they require a lot of lung power. And if you have someone that is playing the tuba in a marching band, that means these people are power walking while holding this very awkward instrument that weighs... How much does a tuba usually weigh? A tuba usually weighs anywhere between 20 and 60 pounds, so around 10 to 25 kilograms. And it's just being carried by this person while playing the instrument, while marching in lockstep with everything. And usually they use sousaphones, but I've seen marching bands that use they use tubas. Like I've seen people that use tubas, and it's, yeah. As a tuba player, I have never understood how someone holds that thing in their shoulder. Yeah, it's it's by core strength. Yeah, pure core strength. So we're having that, and we're having those instruments going downwards. Let's see where this goes. Ooh, bit of an electronic pause there. Okay, so now we're bringing a new element. We bring a electronic slash electric guitar. So we have kind of like a metal band going, a bit of an electronic music going, giving us a little bit of rhythm, of accompaniment. And now we bring back the orchestra with this. Let's see where this goes. You're interested in the terms Schubert used? Let me see if I have a score from Schubert over here. Let me see. Where the hell do I keep my music scores? I have so many. Let's see. Where do I have my sheet music? Where the hell do I have sheet music? Schubert. Let me see. Over here, let me open with Opera GX. So here we have from a group, a book of songs. You can see over here that he's using, like, this is just in German. Like, all of these are in German. Over here you can just see nicht so langsam. The hell does that mean? I have no clue, because I usually just know the Italian version. These are the tempo. So yeah, no, you have all of these, because this is before the metronome existed. So yeah, there you go. This is in German. This is in German. Not too slow, there you go. It means not too slow, there you go. So a lot more literal than some of these. So yeah, let's see where this goes. So now we bring in back the orchestra, and yes, Banana, yes. Let's see where this goes. Ooh. So we bring back this second motif, this bass line thing. We have some, a little bit of counterpoint from the trumpets just now, the regular trumpets, and we are having the rest of the orchestra giving us some extra accompaniment. Let's see what it goes. We're also having the strings giving us some extra melodies here and there. Okay, so yeah, we have a lot of melodies going on over here, but we basically have the string sections. So if I bring a picture of an orchestra, a string section, we're having mainly the violins. Do we have the... We got this picture back. Look at that. No, not with this. So here we go. So over here you can see that we have many violins. These are usually two sections of violins, which means 10, 12 of these violins are going to be playing the exact same thing. Right now, we are seeing we're hearing the violins playing a variation of the original motif, while we are having now a little bit more of a focus on the bass line counter motif, so to speak. So what does it look like, AI? Because you are now corrupted by AI. This is just the New England Conservatory Symphony Philharmonic, I think it is, the Philharmonic Orchestra. So yeah, there you go. Let's see where this goes. Variation of the melody. Bit of a break. We're focusing on the rhythm a little bit more. So yeah, right now we're having mainly the electronic elements giving us a little bit of extra texture in the rhythm, while we are having the violins giving us what sounds to be an inverted version of the motif. So inversion is a way that you can develop your material. Guten, welcome today, how you doing? Which is basically just playing something upside down. So let's say we have this very simple C major motif, right? And if we were to invert it, that just means we're now going to play it upside down. Very, very simple. And we're doing that a little bit further in the back in the accompaniment. Accompaniment meaning that it's the backing band is whatever does not have the spotlight at the time, right? So we're having that, and yeah, let's see where it goes. I like the rhythm doing its thing. And the violins are now doing, it's a little bit difficult to hear because there's so much else going on. The violins are now doing an elongated version of the inverted version of the motif, which just means it's playing slower. They're just playing the same thing, just a little bit slower, and a lot more evenly played, because part of the motif is like that uneven rhythm that it had. Now it's evened out, playing upwards and slower. Very nice. Let's see where it goes. All right, we finally reached that height, and elongated version of the motif in the brass. So now, oh my god, this is so cool. So we are having the percussions giving us a version of the rhythmic part of the motif, while we have an elongated version of the motif playing on the tubas, the trombones, you know, these instruments over here, the brass instruments. This is really cool. Let's see. Why are you raising gamblers? No, the gambling points for bot tricks is there to teach you not to do it. Gambling is all around you. It has to be your choice not to do it. So yeah, we have points on the channel. That's how people request music in the live stream, and you can gamble them all away. And the bot is designed to make you lose. It is designed to make you lose all of your points. It is there. It's inescapable. It's your choice not to do it. And when you lose it all, well, you've learned a valuable lesson. So, is there to teach you never to give up? Nope. Is there to teach you that the best way to win the game is to not play it? Alright, let's see where this goes. Oh, very beautiful. Very, very nice and elongated. We're just letting that... Nice. So we changed things a little bit in the melody. And it has now turned into a flying melody. This is beautiful. So flying melody, of course, being a colloquial term that I use. Colloquial, by that I mean there's no official academic definition for this, or at least I'm not using it for the sake of simplicity. And a flying melody is what you're hearing. Very nice, busy drums, bass, middle ground, chords, all that kind of stuff. And then high above, you're having a melody slower, simpler than everything else, just flying, soaring above the landscape that has been created. I always give these other two examples of songs you can hear that have a more obvious flying melody. One of them being the song Roxanne from the musical Moulin Rouge. There is a movie version, a film version of this with Ewan McGregor singing the lead, and it's the part that Ewan McGregor sings in the climax of Roxanne. Absolutely beautiful flying melody. And the other one being Good to Be King from the musical Journey to Bethlehem. Journey to Bethlehem, Antonio Banderas, Jesus, Alejandro's very different person. I don't even know that, but Antonio Banderas being playing King Herod, giving that like villain introduction music that Disney used to make, and it's during the chorus, and it's a really, really cool flying melody. And right now, in a very different, bit more difficult to hear extent, we are having a flying melody over here. So let's see where this goes. Oh, we changed the rhythm around a little bit. So we're still having the rhythm section doing the rhythms, and we are now having what sounds to be a snare doing accents in a different rhythm, which it's a single drum, and it's changing the feeling of it completely. I have to bring it up. It shows how important just small changes like that in your accompaniment can really change the feeling of everything. If you want to hear a song where this happens in a way more exaggerated way, listen to the intro of The Mirror by Dream Theater. The Mirror by Dream Theater, you have the guitar for the first minute doing what is called an ostinato. Ostinato is when you're doing the same thing over and over and over and over again, you know, and the guitar is going chong 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 chong. Full minute of just that. And the drums, the bass, the synth, they change around it, they mold around it, changing the feeling of everything. And there's points where it's genuinely difficult to tell that the guitar is still doing the exact same thing just based on that. And of course, we're having the snare, the way it's happening right now is via accents. Accents in music is for accentuation. Accentuation being that you're highlighting specific points in the rhythm or the melody that are not exactly in your beat. And it's right now what is happening with the snare. Really good stuff. Let's see where it goes. Cadence. Deceptive cadence. Okay, we finally got a deceptive cadence. So, it's been a while since we've had a proper deceptive cadence. So, when you're making music, you're doing one of two things. You are building tension or you are resolving that tension. That point in between, we usually call a cadence. However, right now, we did something that is called a deceptive cadence. So usually cadence is going to be in your harmony, in your chords, right? Like your chord progression. Let's bring a simple example of C major. So C major going to G major, which is called, C major is your root chord or your tonic, and then G major would be your dominant chord, which creates the cadence or the expectation of going back to C major. Now, a deceptive cadence is when you don't resolve your dominant back to the root chord. So, in this case, if we were to use it with a bass as well, so we would have a regular cadence. It sounds finished, it sounds conclusive, it sounds as expected. However, if we were to do a deceptive cadence, we would have here the first chord, the tonic, then we would go to the dominant, and then we would go anywhere else except the tonic. Usually in classical music, you instead go to the, I think it's called the super dominant? I think it's the sixth chord. And it's that simple. Now you change completely. It doesn't go where you expected it to go. Outside, nowadays, you can go any other chords, and you can really do any sort of other deceptive cadences, like that kind of thing. So you can really change, and the point of it is that the cadence does not resolve where you expect it to resolve, which gives you the opportunity of continuing your chord progression, extending it, and then coming back to the expected result. So if we were to do this right now, so let's say C major to G major to A minor to D, then we can go back to G, and we can finish that cadence, having that deceptive cadence or that deceptive resolution. It is going to allow you to extend your melody that way. And it was very, very nicely done over here. Let's see where it goes. We bring the cadence back, this time the melody going up. We recapitulate partially what we did before. Variation of the motifs, with the French horns doing a beautiful counterpoint in the middle. Very, very lovely. French horns, of course, being these ones over here. Let me bring another picture of a French horn. It's such a majestic sounding instrument. It's this one over here. Very, very beautiful, very difficult to play with this kind of stuff. So let's see where it goes. Engaging in counterpoint, we're doing the original version of the song, new version of the song. Very nice. So we're having those flying melodies. Okay, so now we are having the main part. We're having the rhythm with the woodwinds. The woodwinds being, your flutes, your oboes, clarinets, bassoons, giving us these accents, basically just giving us the start of every measure or specific rhythm, not being played entirely, being played a little bit more shortly. And it is very much playing at the same time as some of the lower instruments are engaging in what is called runs. So a run in music is when you play a scale fairly fast. And we're having that, and of course, that those runs are also engaging in sequencing. Sequencing is when you repeat a musical idea, same musical shape, just from a different starting point. So let's say is the C major motif, right? And if we were to sequence it, we're going to keep that melodic shape. We're just going to start it from somewhere else. That kind of thing. So we're having sequencing, we're having this. Let's see where it goes. This is really cool. Oh, very good. Oh, we bring in more. So we repeat this. We're now engaging in more doublings. We're having some of the higher octave instruments in the woodwinds playing the same thing. We're just playing it on the higher register. Sounds more epic. We have the violins doing a little bit of doublings of that, and also doing their own thing a little bit, playing some of those some leaps in the scales, just adding a little bit more adornment. Right now, the main thing is those runs being played in the background. Let's see where it goes. French horns come in to give us that cadence. Deceptive resolution. And deceptive resolution through and through. This epic part. same as we were doing before. We just change the drums back to some of the original motif that we had just in the rhythm. We're allowing those runs to just go absolutely wild, and we have the flying melody at the same time. Very beautiful. Let's see where it goes. Deceptive resolution again. There we go. We resolve, extending those chords, and deceptive resolution again. We bring the snare back, giving us that accented change in rhythm. Oh, this is awesome. Oh, a brief moment where we're just letting a scale going up, building that tension. Ooh, a borrowed chord. We engage in a borrowed chord. Borrowed chords are a type of chromaticism. Chromaticism being when you borrow notes from the chromatic scale that do not belong in your existing scale. So, for example, let's say we have the scale of C major, right? So C, D, E, F, G, A, and B, which for the uninitiated is just all the white keys in the keyboard. Which means the black keys are not in our scale. Which then would mean chromaticism when we play any of those notes that do not belong in this scale. That kind of thing. So a borrowed chord is usually when you do that, when you engage in chromaticism and you borrow a note that changes the chord. For example, we can do... we can have this progression, right? Like C, A minor, D minor, G. But what we can do is that instead of having D minor play, we can change it to D major. So we can have C, A minor, D major, G, and then back to C. So that D major, instead of having it here, we have it here. We borrow that F sharp from the scale of D major, or the scale from G major, and we gives us a slightly different chord, and we can continue the progression as usual, giving us a very, very different feeling. Right now we're doing something like that, but we're just focusing, we're landing on that borrowed chord, very much allowing it, almost making it sound like a modulation. Let's see how this ends. Very nice climactic melody, going for those super high notes. One more deceptive resolution there, borrowed chords, and one more run. Ooh, we change the motif a little bit, and bit of pause. We bring the original rhythm of the motif. Oh, and we fade it out. No. Okay, so we fade it out probably because this loops in the game. Oh, that's disappointing. Okay, I don't like fade outs, but chances are this just loops infinitely, and then it just goes back to the beginning. So there you go. There you go. That was Intervallo 7EX Boss 3 battle theme from Limbus Company and Arknights. It does loop? Okay, there you go. So that slightly excuses it. So, once again, everybody, this has been a Basterd's LFA, a layman-friendly analysis. I'm a professionally trained musician, a composer, and my objective here has been to explain things in a way so that you don't have to be one to understand what's happened here musically. So, if you're watching this on the YouTube video archive thing, thank you for watching. Make sure you're following the channel, subscribe to the channel, whatever term I'm going to use. Like the video, share the video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, become a member. Once again, everybody, if we somehow hit 10,000 subscribers on YouTube before Christmas of 2025, on top of doing the fan fiction thing, I have decided it's not very likely, but if it still happens, I will also try out a video game of the choice of the community. Y'all pick a video game, I will play it on stream, whatever the community votes for, right? If it happens, if we reach 10,000 subscribers on YouTube before Christmas of 2025. We also had a member offer to do a Discord Nitro giveaway. We might do other kinds of giveaways so that if it does happen, that kind of thing. This has to be achieved through legitimate and honest means only. No account duping, no botting, no buying followers, no alt accounts, no rat behaviors like that. Go share the videos, the streams with your friends, with your families' friends, with your friends' families. Those are two very distinct concepts, by the way. Share them with your online and offline communities, use the hype function on YouTube. I don't know how it works, but we have a group on the Discord that does. So link down below. Go check out and coordinate with them. And yes, artists. I want to collaborate with anyone and everyone. If you're an artist, a musician, or anything, and you want any of my musical skills, whether it is my guitars, my Mongolian throat singing, you know, the good old or regular singing, voice acting, or anything else for collaborations, just reach out, let me know, and we'll figure it out. We'll make it work. And if you're in the audience and you know anybody who could benefit, just let them know. Reach out. Please do not harass anyone. Please do not spam anyone. Be cool about it. Don't be a rat about things. Speaking of cool, members get early access to the content. I schedule the videos for the week on Saturdays, and if you're a paid member on YouTube, regardless of your tier, you get access to the videos when I schedule them on Saturdays, at least for the LFAs. So become a member today. If you want to listen to this without me interrupting every 3.5 seconds, I will be linking it in the description down below. If you want to request a song and you're not on the live stream, check the pinned comment in this video. It has the instructions on what to do. And if you want to catch the streams when they happen live, we aim for Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Central European Time. If you are not in Europe, do not worry. We have a full up-to-date streaming schedule showing in your local time zone in both Discord and Twitch. Both are linked down below. So if you live in Peru, Argentina, and you're like, yeah, but what time is 6 p.m. in Hungary? I don't live there. Do not worry. Just go to the Discord or the Twitch, both linked down below, and it's going to show in your local time zone. And follow the gaming channel. I have a gaming channel because, of course, I have a gaming channel. I'm on YouTube. What else could I possibly have? Games are Basterd. That's where I put the gaming after shows when they happen. They get recorded on the live stream, and then the recordings go on the gaming channel. Link down below, or just search on YouTube, same username as James R. Basterd. Just swap the J for a G, and you got it. And yeah, there you go. This is really good. I mean, it loops. I'll let it slide, right? Really good stuff, though. That was so beautiful. Like Limbus Company, Arknights, really good stuff, dude. Really, really good stuff. But yeah, let's move on.